Hello everybody, Life On End here, and today we're doing another episode of Extinction Analysis Series. Now, one thing to start off with before I get into the actual data and everything else in this video, I gotta say I'm gonna just rename kind of the Extinction Armory Analysis Series to just Extinction Analysis, because there are more things I have to analyze, and a lot of them are not actual armory upgrades. So I am just going to start this series just calling it straight up Extinction Analysis, and we'll just go from there. Now in this episode we are going to be talking about the take more damage and do less damage relics, exactly kind of what they do and what they apply to, which is one of the more interesting parts of this that I have found. Now I do have some data and tests to show you guys, and then just some general gameplay with these relics while I ramble on about them like I enjoy doing. Now we're going to switch over to a clip here of just a scout hitting you with the take more damage relic actually active, and as you can see it's not doing a whole lot more damage, but it is doing still a decent amount. Now I have compared this to just some random things in general gameplay, and because I didn't actually single one out and do a test without it, because I almost always run this relic because to me it's the easiest one to run. But anyways, I calculated it out. It comes to about, you take 25% more damage, or they do 125% damage instead of their normal 100% damage. Now there is the rumor going around that whenever a player uses this relic, it affects every single player in the game, and I will tell you right now that is not true. But they think that because in the actual description of this relic it says players, as in players plural, not just one player, and not just the player. I'm not sure why they put that in their description, but as we know, if you have watched my channel and my other analysis episodes, their descriptions are not very accurate very much of the time. But anyways, I would say that all the time I've played with this, I've noticed that your armor itself does not take more damage, only your health bar. So one of the easiest ways to actually cope with this is to run max armor. Because for whatever reason, to me anyways, it seems like from the clips that I've watched myself, it does not affect your armor. It only affects your life bar that you take more damage from. Your armor stays normal. I don't know if this was intended or if they just forgot to make your armor take more damage. I'm not entirely sure. So one extremely easy, and as you can see right here is what I'm actually using right now, is just running max vests, and it makes your life 100%, well technically 125% easier. Now some people might be saying, well, your 25% extra health is just canceling out the 25% extra damage, but I'm being serious. The actual bar itself does not take more damage from the aliens like your health bar does. So it is not that they just cancel each other out. It really just does not affect your armor. So like if you only had +2 vests and it was only 75% of your health, which is what +2 vests are, because it adds 25% each time you add 1 point into armor, just in case you didn't know that. But you can see my health bar takes way more damage than the armor bar does. If you're just right there, you can tell I get 3 times and I was almost dead. So vests, I don't believe in, from my personal testing, is not affected by the take more damage relic. Now the other way to effectively cope with this relic is run the medic class, because number one, whenever you max your medic out, of course you get extra health regeneration. Number two, you run way quicker. It's basically like marathon lightweight. That's exactly what it is. So running the medic makes it really easy to dodge cryptids, And if you actually combine the two, like once again I am right here, when you have medic and maxed out vest, I hardly even notice I have that take more damage relic on, as long as I just, you know, just keep tossing out vests like you should if you're the one with the maxed out vests. And of course the last way is, you know, pretty trivial. Run a Riot shield on your back. It makes you take no damage when you get hit in the back, and that is pretty much invaluable, because you can't take more damage whenever you aren't taking damage. Yeah, if that makes any sense. Now shifting gears over to the do less damage. I actually had a two tests set up that I was going to show you guys. One with the M27 without doing less damage, and one with the M27 with do less damage. And somehow I managed to lose my clip of the M27 doing less damage. But I just saw the results. But this is the M27 without doing less damage. And once again I used it because it is the weakest gun when it comes to damage per bullet in the entire game. In case you didn't know that, just a fun fact for you. Now, whenever you run this without do less damage and armor piercing ammo, of course, and I'm using high grade AP ammo because it's, you know, it is a cheap armory upgrade, and if I use armor piercing, I can shoot the rhino in the back and not count that as a variable. So it takes 120 bullets exactly. Now, when I did my other test, it actually took me 180 bullets using the do less damage relic. And you know, if you divide those two numbers out, it comes out to you doing 33% less damage, or doing 66% total damage of normal. I'm going to say I like looking at it like 66% total damage, and I will explain that later once I get to my dealing with this relic part of the video. But anyway, this test right here is my turret test. I wanted to see if this do less damage affected your turrets as well. So I only upgraded my turret to +3. That way it had armor piercing ammo, so technically shooting it in the back should be not affecting my turret whatsoever. Now, without using the less damage relic, it took me roughly 90 bullets to kill this rhino. And I say roughly 90 because this turret is not 100% accurate. I cannot be 100% sure every single one of those bullets hit, but it is roughly on average 90 bullets to kill without the relic active. Now in this clip I have the turret upgraded to +3 once again, just like the last clip, and I have the do less damage relic active, and we're just gonna pound the guy in the back once again, just like last time. And there we are, we're about 50 bullets in, and we're gonna pound him in the back some more, and we go past our 90 bullet threshold. So I am going to say, and I know this for a fact, that this does affect your turrets. In fact, not only does it just affect your turrets, it affects every bit of damage you do. When it comes to knives, turrets, even your traps. Even your traps do less damage. But of course, with every single relic, there's just about always some way to counter it to actually, you know, get yourself kind of back up in there in the playing field. Now, my #1 recommendation is if you use lots of weapons, and of course, pretty much everybody uses their weapons if they're running this relic, be a weapon specialist. The weapon specialist gets a boost in his weapon damage. So, if you're running weapon special and you max it out, you get your 50% damage boost. That literally completely cancels out the take less or do less damage relic. And of course, if you would like to see the math on that, you take 50% or 0.5, you multiply that by your 0.66, or which is, in this case, it's actually technically 2/3, and you get 1/3. You get 1/3 plus 2/3, and that equals 1, or 100% of your damage. Now, also, other ways to cope with this is, of course, use high-grade armor piercing ammo or high-grade incendiary ammo, whichever you prefer, depending on which weapon you use. I prefer high-grade AP ammo with a bulldog shotgun. You will not notice it near as much as you say you use it on the MTAR-X, which is what I am attempting to show right here in this clip, as I am running the MTAR-X would do less damage, and the bulldog would do less damage as a medic. I do not have the damage increase with it. Now eventually I will do an ammo episode, because I know a lot of people have been requesting that, and like I said, just be patient with me. I'm getting videos out as close as I can, or as fast as I can. I'm getting the data as quick as I can, and you know, like I said, I'm trying to do this as quick as I possibly can for you guys. Anyways, back to the video at hand. The counter tactic number 2 is run a medic and use a grenade turret. Now that the grenade turret is back to normal, it's great to use with the medic class, because for one, the medic, of course, you can just sit in the Scorpion Goo all day long and it's not going to do anything to you. You can just sit there on your grenade turret and you can pound things. And my suggestion would be is to have a bulldog as your backup weapon, running high grade AP ammo to take out rhinos, because that is pretty much one of the best guns in the game to take out rhinos with. And just in case you need a little bit of convincing on that, here is just a little clip of it. That rhino was alive for literally 3 seconds. So, yeah, that's why I suggest the bulldog as your secondary weapon. And also, just a little bit of food for thought. In that clip, none of us were weapon specialists, none of us had 50% bonus damage. So just think about how much even faster that thing would have went down. Had even 2 of us been a weapon specialist, that would have been 100% more damage. So yeah, that is why I suggest the bulldog shotgun to take out rhinos. Now, counter tactic number 3 is using the engineer class and maxing it out, of course, setting all the traps that you possibly can pretty much everywhere, using a Trinity rocket on point of contact, because you can literally, once you get to this point, just spam the crap out of it and completely wreck aliens, or use a Vulture if you don't like using that, leaving yourself exposed. Run team explosives and incendiary ammo, because if you run incendiary ammo with team explosives, they do actually affect your explosives that you use. So you lay down bouncing betties with incendiary ammo and it lights them on fire when it blows up, and plus you do more explosive damage, so it goes together like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And counter tactic number 4 is use the MK32 on any class. Literally. The MK32 is probably the most overpowered thing in this game. If you thought the grenade turret was overpowered, it doesn't have anything on the MK32. And I will have a video on the MK32 coming out fairly soon, so be looking for that. It's got some pretty hilarious things in it, I am not gonna lie. Because that is pretty much it for my analysis of these 2 relics. If you are new to my channel and you like what you saw, or you learned something, go check out some of my other videos. I do videos like this pretty much all the time. This is, basically what my channel is all about. I love to break down things. I love to bust myths. I just enjoy this kind of thing. I love teaching. I love letting people know the knowledge I have accumulated over these kind of tests and things. I do that because really I just enjoy it. There's really no other reason to it, I just enjoy having people learn. And if you learn something but you don't subscribe, that's completely fine with me. I just love the fact that I helped you learn anything at all in the first place. Anyways guys, this is Life on End. I'm going to stop rambling about how much I enjoy teaching. Check me out on Twitter. I do like to tweet out whenever I need helpers on testing. I do need to do a little shout out to Rogue Leader, as he helped me with a lot of these tests, holding the Riot shield for me. And I can see why it would be extremely boring to sit there and hold a Riot shield while I pound a rhino in the back. But like I said, he's helped me with numerous tests, so thank you very, very much, sir. You have been very, very helpful, and have helped me get a lot of videos out a lot quicker than normal. You guys, this is Life on End, and I am out.